Hey there Planner fam, in today's video I'm going to show you how I print and trim personal size inserts. Now here's the thing, I can get 3 personal size inserts to 1 sheet of A4 and I kind of think it's a genius technique, so I want to share it with you. Let's dive in. So here we are in my little area in my office where I trim down my paper. It's also my packing area where I pack up my orders. But here is where I do my trimming, and I am fortunate enough that I can fit 3 sheets of personal size inserts onto 1 sheet of A4. Like how awesome is that? So I'm getting the most bang for my buck with this. Now, I originally was using my guillotine. So I have a guillotine, but it also has a rotary blade, which I can lift up and place into the right position. So I was using this to trim my inserts down. And I've posted about how I cut that in a previous video, which I will link to at the end. But I've switched to using this method because I think it is far better. So I need a cutting mat, or you will need a cutting mat. I already had this in my kit. I already had a metal ruler, which is something else you will need, and a rotary blade. This is a game changer. A rotary blade is my #1 top tip, because what I think happens with, I think there's a Fiskars paper trimmer where you drag the blade along. Now, when that blade is dull, you are more likely to tear your paper because you're dragging the blade through the paper. With a rotary blade, you are rolling the blade through the paper. So if the blade is beginning to get dull, rather than tearing the paper, it just won't cut through. So you'll find that you'll have to push down harder to cut through the paper, but you won't tear it. Now that is a game changer. And by using this with the metal ruler, it just makes it a lot easier when it comes to trimming, because you just can't show you because I'm holding the camera, so I won't actually cut through this, but you just line up your metal ruler and you start close to the top, but not cut from, like, literally from the edge to the edge of the paper, but you just start close to the top, cut to your trim marks, and then stop. Don't cut fully all the way to the edges still. And that just means you've still got all of your cutting guides, especially when we're talking about this end where you need to keep this little strip of paper intact because your horizontal cutting line is there. You want to have that there. When you cut the paper that way, it just makes life so much easier. And as I said, a rotary blade is far superior to a blade that you're going to literally drag through. Something like this is the other alternative, and one of these you are dragging it through the paper, so it will tear. But this never tears the paper, in my experience, and I haven't changed this blade yet. It does need changing because it is struggling to cut through thicker paper, but it's not tearing it, and that's the main thing. So I hope you've loved this tip. Remember, it does have to be A4 size paper because US size paper isn't quite as tall as A4 paper. So as long as you can get hold of A4 paper and you can lay out your personal size inserts so that they are side by side with crop marks, and you need to print borderless, otherwise you're going to miss the crop marks off the sides if you don't switch borderless printing on. So I think that covers everything. If you're wondering what printer I use and some of the other tools that I use, you should definitely check this video out next. Until next time, Mama, bye for now.